Let's start chapter metals and nonmetals with few definitions first. A substance is called malleable, which on beaten with a hammer, it converts into thin sheets, but it should not be broken. Then it is called malleable. Many metals are malleable. A substance is called ductile, which on beaten or stretched by some force, it converts into wires. Metals are usually converted easily into wires, so they are ductile. A substance which on applying force by beaten or by stretching, it breaks into fine pieces. Generally, metals are strong, whereas non-metals are brittle in nature. As we have seen the definitions of malleable, brittle, and ductile, so generally metals are malleable, brittle, and ductile in nature. They are good conductor of heat and electricity. They are shiny, hard, and very strong. They are sonorous. These are some physical properties of metals. As you see in the picture, many metals are given in different shapes and with the above mentioned properties. Opposite to the nature of metals, non-metals are non-ductile, non-malleable, but they are brittle in nature. They are not shiny, they are not strong, and they do not have lustrous or sonorous properties. Many non-metals are shown in this picture which depict the above mentioned properties opposite to the metals. Let's compare these properties in detail of metals and non-metals. About metals are generally hard and solid, but mercury exists in liquid state. Most of the metals, or we can say all metals, form positive ions by losing electrons from valence shells only except hydrogen, which is a non-metal. Metals are generally used in our daily life in all aspects and many uses. The most abundant element in earth crust is aluminium. Metals are found in very large number, but non-metals are generally 22, which are existing and known to the men. Non-metals are found generally in all states of the matter, solid, liquid, and gases. Non-metals generally form negative ions by accepting electrons lost by the metals. As metals, non-metals are also very important for our daily life in all aspects. The most abundant non-metal in the Earth's crust is oxygen. This picture shows the first 20 elements of the periodic table, in which metals, non-metals, and metalloids are present. It is a concise part of the main periodic table which we study in detail. Some important properties of metals are as follows. First, solid metals are good conductor of electricity. Metals are shiny in appearance. Metals are strong and hard, and they are used as mixtures called alloys. Metals can be bent and stretched, that means they are malleable and ductile in nature. Metals are also good conductors of electricity. Metals are very important for our daily life in all aspects. Now let's see the properties of non-metals. As they are not a good conductor of electricity, they are dull in appearance, they are weak and soft in nature. Non-metals are generally brittle, that means on bent or stretched they got broken. Non-metals are generally poor conductor of electricity. As you have seen, they are opposite nature of metals, but they are also equally important for our daily life. This picture depicts here that metals can be beaten by hammer to form sheets and wires. That means they are malleable and ductile in nature. In this picture, it is shown that iron nails are fixed on the aluminium rod. On heating from one end, the nails started falling down. This shows that aluminium is a good conductor of heat as all other metals. This picture shows the conductivity of metals, as aluminium foil is joined between the clamps through a circuit of wires in which a bulb is glowing because electricity can pass through the metal parts. This pic shows the gold jewelry, which is lustrous property showing because of its shine, similar to the silver jewelry also. This picture shows a pencil with a graphite tip, which is the allotrope of carbon, which is brittle in nature, opposite to the metals. So metals are malleable and ductile in nature, whereas non-metals are not, because this is brittle in nature. This picture shows that nonmetals are a poor conductor of electricity, as the sulfur block is placed between the clamps of iron and the bulb is not glowing. That shows that nonmetals are not good conductor of electricity. Earlier, we have done a comparative study of physical properties of metals and nonmetals. Now, let's see some exception cases in physical properties of both. First point is electrical conductivity. Carbon is a nonmetal, but it is an exception. In the form of graphite only, it can conduct the electricity, because graphite is a good conductor of electricity as all other metals. As we have seen that metals are lustrous and non-metals are dull in nature. But there is an exception in this case also. Iodine is a non-metal, but it has a shine. It has luster as similar to the all other metals. The next property is hardness and softness. Generally, metals are hard, but alkali metals like lithium, sodium, and potassium are soft in nature. They can be easily cut with a knife into fine pieces. Similarly, nonmetals, as they are brittle in nature generally, but there is an exception in the case of carbon. Its allotrope diamond is hard in nature. Even the diamond is the hardest substance known on the earth, which occurs naturally. The next property is physical state. As generally metals are strong and hard, they are solid in nature at the normal temperature. But mercury is an exception, which is liquid at room temperature. And in the case of melting points and boiling points, the metals which have generally high melting and boiling points, but sodium, potassium, cesium, and gallium are the exception cases which have low melting points and boiling points. Also, in the case of melting points and boiling point of nonmetals, which is generally low, but in the case of diamond, which is a non-metal but has extremely high melting point and boiling point, which is an exception case. And in the case of density, generally metals are high density substances, but lithium, sodium, potassium, alkali metals have low densities, and also they are brittle in nature. From the discussion on above exception cases, we can conclude that we cannot classify elements into metals and nonmetals easily on the basis of their physical properties only. So, to determine the elements on the basis of metals and nonmetals category, we require to study their chemical properties also. So, let's study the chemical properties of metals and nonmetals in the next video.